It's time to kick things into high gear as we crown Project MFG's 2024 Clash of Trades Advanced Manufacturing Champion. 81 teams competed this year, and we followed 16 teams through 3 regional cities across America.
Yeah!
And now the top 4 teams are amping up the action, but only one can be crowned the champion. Buckle up, because this year is being hosted by the Stewart-Hass Race Facility in Kannapolis, North Carolina. And here's how we got this far. Spoilers ahead. If you haven't yet, go watch those episodes now. Previously on Clash of Trades Season 4, 16 teams competed in 3 regional cities across America for their chance to compete in the championship.
It's been a wild ride.
A lot of pressure, really nervous.
It takes a lot of skill to be able to do all the things that we're showcasing here with Project MFG.
The program thinks the stock is in one place, but it's actually in another place.
We're all just kind of working together and figuring it out.
This isn't just a competition. This is live right now.
The machines are revving, the schools are ready. Let's see the sparks flash and the chips fly. I'm Jim Bollinger, and this is Clash of Trades. Let's meet the 4 finalists.
The weeks leading up to it, I was really unsure whether or not we were gonna make it.
You made it to Nationals. We'll see you at Charlotte.
Go team! When we found out we made it, we were really excited and proud of ourselves being a first-year team and making it to Nationals.
When we found out we made it to the national championships, we were speechless.
Oh, yeah!
We made it.
We were beyond excited, almost like in shock, speechless.
Yes, sir!
We were runners-up last year. We really want to win.
Good job.
It's very exhilarating to be back this year. Myself, Austin, and Ben were all 3 about to conclude school. For us personally, this is all we got.
First day of competition, I'm feeling a little nervous, a little excited.
We're excited to be here because it's our first year competing for this, so it's pretty exciting.
Competition's about to start. I feel really good. Like, I thrive in the fire. Like, I like a little bit of chaos.
The last thing my husband told me was, be careful, have fun, and go win the dang thing.
Competitors, congratulations, you made it to the final leg of the race. And welcome to the Stewart-Hass Race Car Facility in beautiful Kannapolis, North Carolina. How does it feel to be the top 4 teams in the nation? Over the next 3 days, you will be battling against each other in a real-world manufacturing competition for the chance to win $100,000. During this competition, you will be using parts that you made during the regionals to create an intake manifold for a real race car engine. Pressure integrity and vacuum integrity are important. At the end of the competition, there will be a pressure leak down test. Black team, what are some concerns you guys have about the competition?
Not much.
Not much? Okay, so then if you're not concerned about much, tell me what your strengths are.
The ability to work together.
So red team, apparently you didn't sleep last night. Tell me why.
Just anticipation for what the competition's going to be like.
A few curveballs ahead, maybe? Mm-hmm. Great team. What are some concerns you have about the competition?
So I'm the sole programmer, sole welder. I have a lot on my plate. I'll be busy welding when they're machining.
So blue team, you're down a person compared to some of the other teams. Do you think that's going to affect you at all?
That's how we usually roll with it, but I think we'll be all right this year too.
Well, I'm looking forward to keeping my eye on you guys.
Thanks, sir.
I got a question for you guys. Which team is going to win $100,000? All right. Are you ready? But first, a little friendly competition.
These toolboxes come rolling in, and I'm thinking, are we only going to use these tools that are inside of this toolbox?
Having an organized and clean workspace is key to project success. Before you are 4 toolboxes. Each team will be required to organize these toolboxes. The team that organizes these toolboxes the fastest wins, and each team member gets to take one of these toolboxes full of tools home as a prize. Teams, are you ready? Get set, go!
So the first thing I did was just grab the reference sheets and just started directing people.
So we're just going drawer by drawer, making sure everything's in place.
It was controlled chaos. There wasn't a lot of time for discussion.
We hear Calhoun yell check. We were so close to calling it check.
Team Calhoun, blue team. The judges have ruled 15-second penalty. You did not meet the requirements.
We're thinking, all right, we're just gonna let Ashton, he's gonna open, put it together, and we'll call it check.
Go.
Check.
The other team yells check right before we even opened the drawers, so we thought we lost it again.
Team Autry Tech, red team. The judges have ruled 15-second penalty. You did not meet the requirements. So the other two teams, take your places while the other two serve their penalty. Ready, set, go. Calhoun, go. Autry, go.
They wanted to recheck everything in the toolbox. That's kind of what I was doing. And I told them, I was like, call check. Just say it.
Check.
And they started checking everything, and
Maybe something was off, or we might have put something in the wrong place.
Team Central Alabama, yellow team. The judges have ruled that you are the winner.
we're beside ourselves.
Feels great to win toolboxes right before the competition starts. Without your team, you're not going to get everything right.
Teamwork is important.
Yeah, teamwork is very important.
We got toolboxes, now we just have to win the championship, and we're gonna win.
Now, on to the real competition. Your time starts now. During the championship, competitors will be taking the parts they made during regionals and combining them with the new parts they've been machining. The teams are machining an upper plenum assembly. These will be combined with all of the other parts and welded together. Here, they will be welding the bottom piece of the manifold tank, creating intake runners, and welding a display stand to showcase their work.
My name is Todd English, and it's great to be back at Project MFG, where last year I participated as a host. Students today are mocking up a component that goes on our NASCAR racing engines. At Roush Yates Engines, we design, develop, and build over 900 high-performance engines for 4 NASCAR Cup and Xfinity teams. At the end of this competition, these students will place this intake manifold on this actual engine.
Coming into day one, our game plan is to move as fast as possible, get all the tools in the machine as fast as possible, get the vise swept in, and then hit the green button and go as hard as possible.
Yeah, we're starting to cut now, getting our preparation in order for the first operation.
So our game plan going into the competition is going to be start with the trophy first. We have the program for it wrote, so we want to go ahead and knock it out. Hopefully knock it out in a few hours.
Making sure our tools are set, our vise is set, everything's set. That way when we start running, no stopping.
Having River as our programmer and welder, we need to maximize the amount of programming time on the front end so we can kind of get that knocked out. I think get our feet wet, get comfortable on the machine.
We have a game plan. We like stick with the fundamentals, kind of stick to the principles of everything, and just slow and steady.
We're gonna get them running, and then during the cycle time, I'll be doing the welding.
For this competition, we're able to bring 4 tools. One of the tools which we selected was a 1-inch end mill. We nicknamed it the Excalibur.
We only got one of these, but I think it might be the biggest end mill we have here.
We are about to test this 1-inch end mill and see exactly what it's gonna do. If this fails and breaks, it's gonna be a catastrophe because we didn't bring spares.
We only have one of these and that's it. Looks good so far. See how it goes.
These are the best 3 days of my professional year every year is coming to the national championship. We're always trying to strengthen the relationship between industry and our training pipelines to expose those students of all the opportunities they have in manufacturing in this case, located at a NASCAR's team facility.
Stewart-Hass Racing is a NASCAR team that has 4 NASCAR Cup Series cars that we run, and then 2 Xfinity cars. We completely manufacture our own chassis. It's our own design. Every weld, every fabricated part has our DNA or our fingerprint on it.
It's an absolutely crazy experience to be machining parts in the Stewart-Hass Racing facility, where they're making NASCAR and Formula One parts.
It's pretty cool to be here and actually see some of this, in person. Those jobs are seeing how we are doing this physically, mentally, and how we're able to do it in such little time.
It's been really a pleasure to see the inside of such a big organization and their cars and what they have going on.
I like being here and being around a bunch of people that share the same passion that I have.
Having a Project MFG be part of the Haas Automation family, so to speak, is awesome.
The competition's in full swing. Let's see how some of the teams are doing.
So the competition has started. We ran the trophy, had some complications. We don't have no idea what it's doing. Our tool was pulled out of the holder like an extra inch. So it caused our trophy to all cut an inch lower than it should have.
But it was just hiccup after issue that really put us behind. How can we trust the machine to make the rest of our parts?
Most definitely a human error. Yeah, we recalibrated the machine again with the probes, retouched off multiple times, so it's the machine's set. It's programming.
Maybe we made a mistake, but we're paying for it.
It's going rough right now.
Competition started. The main plan is get everything set up, get everything tagged, read over those blueprints, know them like the back of my hand. I can't afford to make a mistake, so hood down, focused, hammer it out. You want to always do your verticals first, especially in the corners, because you want to wrap and tuck them in. It helps a lot with pressure and things like that.
We're the only team of 2 welders, and I feel like that will help a little bit, although I know it may use more time. So it's just all about teamwork to us.
So still splitting the team, 2 welders, handling, attacking the welding. Sounds like a plan.
Yes.
Good luck.
We ran into some issues this morning. Our vise wasn't wanting to stay clamped down to the machine.
Yeah, the vise wasn't staying locked down to the table, so it was trying to move on us when we were cutting, but luckily we caught it before it scrapped apart.
Calhoun was over here roughing their parts using a dynamic toolpath from Mastercam, and on their helix down on the side, their vise twisted, but it was real close to needing another piece of stock.
So we lost a good amount of time doing it that way.
We had a clearance issue with one of the tool holders, so the clearance is where the tool doesn't stick out quite far enough to reach the bottom of the part. The tool holder kind of nicked one of the sides. We all were able to jump in and brainstorm really fast. So that's we have a larger team compared to some of the other competitors that's here. So we're able to kind of brainstorm a lot quicker and come up with a solution.
We had to make some holes in the bottom of our trophy for our fixture plate. And we ran into a little issue there, and we ended up double tapping a hole, so we couldn't actually screw our fixture plate to the material for the trophy itself. So we had to go through and rerun our first op. So we lost probably an hour and a half there, which set us back a little bit.
We're good. This is how we slay the game. If it didn't go like this, something would probably be wrong.
When things go wrong, I need to be the voice of reason, and then really just make kind of the judgment call based on all the different inputs that are coming in.
We're on the finishing op for our first part of 4, so we'll be close to finishing with that part today, and then we'll have just the 3 of them to run tomorrow. We're trying to keep the blinders on and not worry about anybody else, and just worry about ourselves.
This year, they gave us quite a few bonus parts, so they're there if the teams get done early. The bonus parts are a couple of different little sensor ports that go on the intake, so we're hoping to get those done, and then we can get them to our welder and he can get them burned in.
Precision welding requires proper joint preparation and fixturing, as well as choosing the right process for the metals you're joining together. Some examples are MIG, TIG, stick, and flux core. The competitors will primarily be using MIG and TIG in their projects.
I started in CNC in high school, then we joined this competition. We didn't know there was welding in it. I just happened to be enrolled in welding as well. I had to basically just learn a bunch of stuff in the 1 year I've had so far. So once we found out we made it, I started practicing on my TIG a little more, different materials like stainless and mild steel. I was pretty confident going into the day. I just knew if I stuck to what I know I can do and what I'm capable of, then everything would turn out good.
Welding accounts for the same amount of points as the machining portion. That's a lot of pressure for one welder. Let's check in with a welder and see how they feel about it.
I'm feeling okay. Pretty good. Nervous as always because I haven't really looked at anybody else. I don't know what anybody else is doing. So I've just been hood down here trying to get everything done, trying to get it worked out. Really, it's been kind of a classwork this morning, just figuring out new things. The bonus part is a F-117 stealth fighter. With that, it is a completely carbon steel project. So it's a mild steel and you have to weld it around with TIG all the way around freehand, put in a root. There's a lot of good competitors here, so I want to get every single point I can right now.
Day one of competition was a little bit stressful. The blueprint confused me, and that's normal. We're human, and I made a mistake. So I had put the bolts on the wrong side of the plate, and when I went to just try to flip it over quick fix, the bottom hole actually ended up being on the top, upside down, so I had to get new parts. But luckily, I was able to catch that mistake, and I got it fixed.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Turn off your machines. I feel like we got a lot accomplished, and we're sitting pretty good for day 2.
So it's the end of the first day. We are a little nervous because we weren't able to get the first part off the machine. That was our goal, was to get one completed part off and inspected.
Overall, the trophy came out really, really well. So we ended day 1 on a high note.
Yeah, pretty confident that'll take it home.
My day's been just a roller coaster of emotions.
We've kind of picked ourselves up a little bit better now. Got everything back in order. We got all of our tools and our feeds and speeds back correct the way we want them. I think we'll make a pretty decent comeback.
We've all made mistakes. I think everyone here competing today has made some sort of mistake, but what counts is fixing it, working through it, and carrying on.
So it's the end of day 1, and there were some traumatic events. Some tools were broken, and so were a few hearts. Now, let's meet the judges.
I'm really excited to see how these teams approach the machining. They have a very complex 5-axis part, and they're not told actually how to start. So it's gonna be very exciting to see what their actual approach is.
These teams have come through so many hurdles and so many issues. I think quality is gonna come down to be the determining factor.
Normally in NASCAR, things are maybe last minute. You have to work like they are working in the last couple days to get their project started and completed. That would be, in racing, a real world thing that they are experiencing for sure.
Stewart-Hass has come up with a nice little treat for the competitors. Cole Custer and Ryan Priest are stopping by to visit.
I'm Cole Custer, and I'm Ryan Priest, and we're here for the Project MFG event here at Stewart-Hass Racing, where they're building an intake manifold for this Ford-powered engine. I would say it's probably one of the most important pieces for us in horsepower. This is a nice piece.
What process are you guys in right now? So this is the actual track that you guys are racing on?
Yeah, Charlotte Motor Speedway.
So 24 degrees here, 5 degrees here.
Really? You guys matched it that quick? Yep. I mean, the amount of detail you guys went in to do that, that's pretty cool.
What makes you guys determine if you want to build the trophy or the intake first?
We have the trophy ready, so if at any point I need more time to program, we can just do that, and I have an hour and 30 minutes to program.
Yeah, so.
It reminded me of a pit stop and how quickly they're trying to get it out, inspect it, and move on to the next part. Let's go, guys.
Hi, how are you?
Nice to meet you. Are you showing these guys up or what?
I am. Are y'all racing Saturday?
Saturday and Sunday.
Really?
Yep.
That's awesome.
They said this might be your guys' year this year. Big close.
Man, we've been chasing it every year, man. And in the words of Ricky Bobby, if you ain't first, you're last.
That's right. Yeah. Have you been working on the setup for this piece for a little while now?
Yeah.
It gave us some problems there at first. Oh no.
We had an issue where we had to restart. So while that was running, I was working on the other parts. So that way we were kind of working in parallel while he was machining this, we finished programming this. But we had a little bump in the road Right.
All right, good luck to you guys. I love these units in my garage. So being one guy over here with all the stuff that you have to get done, what are some of the challenges you're facing and really how you feel?
It's a lot of pressure trying to keep on track with the machinists and stay up to par with them. Trying to do what I know how to do and do it as best as I can. Stay calm and let her eat.
We're going to let you get back to work. Good luck. It's looking good. Yeah. Good luck.
The pressure is on as we start day 2. Let's check in on the action.
So it's the second day of the competition. We had the first team bring their part off to the CMM just a little bit ago.
So we're the first team that got our part off the machine and inspected on the CMM.
Zeiss is here again. This is the first article of inspection, and it's so important to make sure the parts are being manufactured correctly.
When it's scanning, when it's touching off on that, it's recording all those XYZ data points, and it helps the students and helps the machinists visualize what might be wrong with, or what might be out of tolerance, how they can take that back to the machine and fix that.
It's fun to see the different strategies and leadership abilities. Everett, for example, their key welder is their key programmer, so they have to weld last. Let's go see what they're up to.
Programming wise, we know we had a lot. Luckily, River is a really fast welder. I was trying to keep him in the chair, programming, getting that done so we could just run with that.
I try to look at everything, not just the programming side, not just the operating side, and wherever we can gain like a tactical advantage, that's where I kind of like play a role.
Just starting. I'm still waiting on the machinist parts. They're gonna go run the machine into the ground if they have to get those parts to me. And the second I get those parts, it's right back into competition mode. Get them suckers in, get them in good.
We ain't got much coolant pressure.
Well, so then I'm enough coolant pressure that I can be able to evacuate chips, and they could start welding chips to the part, making a bad surface finish, or in worst case scenario, they get aluminum up into the flutes and destroy a tool. It'll be all right. We'll make it work. At this point, we're gonna have to bring this machine down and fix the pumps, or unclog the lines, one of the two. So this team is out for a tad bit now for machining.
We've encountered quite a few problems, but hey, we're working together. We're not freaking out about anything. You're like, we got to keep moving. So even when we encounter these problems, we couldn't just, oh no, like, what are we gonna do? So we had to just, punt the ball and hope it works.
Teams only have a couple of hours left. Let's see how they're doing.
It's gonna come down to quality. I mean, from what I'm seeing so far, the teams are pretty well neck and neck. I mean, right down to a few dimensions could make the difference. This competition started out kind of slow and steady. The teams took different strategies, and the competition at this point is so close. I mean, it's like a race. I mean, you can't tell who's going to pull through. There's some teams that are sitting there waiting for the slingshot move just to get right in the front.
There's only a few minutes left, and some of these teams are cutting it really close. Will they make it in time? Let's find out.
We're getting close. It's getting down to the wire.
Low and true.
Got all of our actual machine parts done. They're getting welded in the actual intake now. Because all day's been a struggle fest for every team here, not just Calhoun, not just anybody.
We got three of the runners done. We've got the fourth in here. It's on its last finishing passes.
We managed to finish all of our manifolds, our trophy, and we're just right now finishing our bonus part.
Our grade team here's struggling a little bit. They're pretty far behind.
I wish we were further. The day's not over.
Competitors, time's up, tools down. It's time to present your parts to the judges.
It's pretty heavy, I gotta give it to people. I mean, it was some heavy competition.
Competitors will now be taking their fuel intake manifolds and placing them on a real race car engine to make sure they fit correctly.
The final assembly is pretty impressive to see after everything that everybody has gone through.
We're going to have a tough time judging exactly who's going to pull out the win on this one.
Right behind me, it's time for the rigorous quality control inspection of each part. Experts from the Stewart-Hass Racing facility and our judges will scrutinize each part, measure dimensions, check surface finishes, and assess for overall quality to determine the best machining and welding finishes. There are 3 teams that are within a hair's breadth of winning. It's anyone's guess how this is going to finish.
If I was to win that money, honestly, that'd be a down payment on a rig. Just getting a business going, getting more tools, more equipment. Pretty much that's where that would go. More toys to get better at welding.
If we win this competition and win the 100,000 prize, all of us are looking at starting machine shops.
If I win this money from the national championship, I want to take a portion of it and give it to my welding instructor to strictly give to a student that he sees is having a hard time. I've been there, done that, and it would be nice to be able to do that.
We started this like as a fun thing to see what it was about. We made regionals, and then after regionals, we made it to nationals, and it feels good, and we're proud of ourselves for how far we've come.
Ratty Bonds and Cold Trickle, you can eat my dust.
What? The awards? Oh, crap.
Students, you have made it to the finish line. Congratulations. You guys made it from 81 teams to the top 4 best teams in the nation. Let's give yourselves a round of applause.
Wow. Just really wow. You're the people that this generation will look to write the legacy and the history of our country again in manufacturing. We watched you with pride, and I hope you share that pride in yourself. You should walk boldly with confidence when you leave out of here, knowing that whatever you do in industry, you are prepared to do that. And whoever gets you, they'll be lucky. You are our best. You are elite. And thank you for putting us on the arc to being world class again. Looking forward to the winners.
Judges, how did they do?
My judging was in the welding department. All of you guys came in and you focused really hard, and you all were right there to the very last minute. And I applaud all of you for your hard work and your efforts.
First off, we have Everett. So they had a worker that was dedicated to each step along the process, which kept them very lean. Then we had Central Alabama. They focused 100% of the time and just got the job done. Calhoun, they went ahead and did a 3-op operation where they roughed out kind of an extrusion shape first, which then allowed them to do a little bit less material removal on the other operations. Autry, I was very impressed with your dedication to looking at the surface finishes and all the different call-outs on the drawings. Very impressive for all 4 teams.
I manage a large team on a day-to-day basis, and I couldn't tell the difference between you guys and a 20-year veteran team. You pull together day in, day out, and the manufacturing industry is going to be super proud to have you as part of that member going forward.
All right, only one team can be named the 2024 Clash of Trades champion. So let's find out who that is. In 4th place, Everett.
Still had a great week and learned a lot.
Got a wake-up call and shown exactly what we need to have to be successful and what we don't know.
In 3rd place, Central Alabama.
I'm honored to be able to work with Alex, Ashton, and Brody.
So I'd like to get the last 2 remaining teams up here. Congratulations, teams, on making it to the top 2. That's a feat in itself. And the winner of $100,000 and the 2024 Clash of Trades champion is Calhoun Community College.
Awesome. This is crazy. Our school's been chasing this for like, what, 4 or 5 years?
Ever since fifth year,
yeah. And we've been on the right there, right there, and we got it.
Sir.
And the winner of second place is Watry Tech.
We did it, boys.
I mean, we did it. I'm proud of you four. We'll be back. We'll be back.
We have a lot more experience at the end of this competition compared to when we went in.
Every machining student in the country should consider competing in Project MFG.
If you have a passion for the trade, then Project MFG is what you need to do.
Everybody has helped each other, and that has been something that is amazing to me.
They'll look back on this as a massive learning experience. This is a springboard into their success.
Just from Project 1 to the finals, I have grown so much as a welder and gotten better, and it's not going to stop. I really appreciate it, and thank y'all.
Thank you for joining Project MFG on all 4 episodes of Season 4. Clash of Trades Season 4 was made possible by the Gene Haas Foundation, Department of Defense IBAS, Haas Automation, Lincoln Electric Company, Mastercam, Zeiss, Stewart-Hass, Midatoyo, Phillips, Roush Yates Engines, and the many trade schools that participated. And thank you for watching. And please be sure to share this video to support our mission to close the trades gap in America. As for us, we're off to the races. Be sure to check out this highlight reel of us at the Coca-Cola 600.